Hi, I'm Chief Meteorologist Tony Petrarca in the Pinpoint 12 Forecast Center. You've clicked on the Weather Now link on this Thursday afternoon, starting to see some light rain overspread the area, and we're watching a coastal storm offshore that's starting to back in and throw back, at least for now, some light rain. But the trend will be for increasing amounts of rain and also increasing wind, especially along the coastline. We have a high wind warning. That's out towards, for now, it's just for Cape Cod and the islands. I mean, it'll be windy everywhere later tonight and especially on Friday. And we have just wet weather now through at least Friday evening and Friday night. So let's take a look at what we're watching is this ocean storm now intensifying now through Friday with some rain and some wind, kind of raw conditions. We do have a drier weekend ahead, so some good news there. And temperatures turning milder by next week. Here's the wider view, and you can clearly see the moisture coming in, or actually backing in off the ocean, dropping down from coastal Maine across eastern New England right now. As we widen out the view, it's a pretty impressive swirl right in here. And what's happening is rather than this storm kind of bending out to sea, it is kind of backing up. So it's going to throw all this moisture, and there's a long fetch of it from Halifax, Nova Scotia, all the way into Maine, and then dropping down across eastern New England. And as the storm center itself, it's right there. As it backs in a little closer, the winds are going to pick up. Well, and being an ocean storm, clearly the coastline will have some of the strongest wind gusts, especially out towards Cape Cod and the islands. So take it into the future, starting now, and watch how the storm kind of backs up in reverse, throwing the shield of rain. At times, it's just drizzle. Other times it's bands of heavy rain. This is Friday morning, 7 a.m. And even with the storm dropping to the south by Friday evening, we're still under the influence of a east-northeasterly wind that's a kind of a damp fetch of wind off the ocean. So even by Friday evening, while the heavy rain should be ending, I think we're still left with some showers and some drizzle and really not drying out until Saturday. In fact, here's another computer model. This is actually of a high-resolution model that we use. And this one takes us into the overnight and through, 3 a.m. Friday. The center of the storm is right there. And you can see this moisture being tucked back in. So get a close-up look. Let me remove my mug here. And this is 7 o'clock in the evening. And quite simply, you see a lot of colors of green and yellow indicating rain. And it's just nonstop. This evening, this is 11 o'clock. Temperatures in the 40s. More of the same Friday morning, 7 a.m., and this is when some of the strongest winds will occur, especially along the coastline. Friday noontime, no change. Rain, wind, temperatures in the mid-40s. 5 o'clock in the evening, more of the same. And then later Friday evening, Friday night, it should taper to more of a drizzle and some light showers, but still damp, raw, and chilly for your Friday night. All right, so here's the deal. Coastal flood advisory issued for the areas in green. So there are no flooding concerns across the Rhode Island coastline, and that includes out towards Newport and New Bedford. This is clearly a Nantucket, Vineyard, Cape Cod, and Plymouth County kind of a deal. Now, it'll be windy everywhere later tonight and especially on Friday, but the strongest winds, eastern Massachusetts, areas in red, high wind warning. Gusts there could be in the 50 to 60 range, and the high wind advisory for east coastal Massachusetts, gusts there up to, say, 50, 55. I think for here in Rhode Island, we could conceivably gusts in that 35 to 40 range, especially near the ocean. So pretty windy. We just don't think it's as strong as east coastal Mass. Now, it remains to be seen whether or not the National Weather Service wants to extend at least the high wind advisory, maybe a little further south and west down in here. We'll see if that happens. As of now, we haven't seen that. So for this evening, looking at rain, increasing wind, temps in the 40s, and then here we go Friday morning. It's the windswept rain, raw, chilly, mid-40s. Now, northeast at 20 to 25, those are sustained winds. Those aren't gusts. The gusts will be 30 to 40, so those are sustained winds. Same deal for Friday afternoon. Northeast sustained at 20, 25, gusting 30 to 40, and the rain and the wind will continue. So kind of a long stretch of this. It gets better for the weekend. Kind of a slow start Saturday morning with clouds, but we'll see some sunny breaks Saturday afternoon and staying cool and dry on Sunday as well. So that's your latest Weather Now update. Check back with me. Of course, our newscast starts in about an hour. Eyewitness News starting at 5 o'clock for more weather information. Of course, more important information on the coronavirus as well. So a lot to cover all around. All right, thanks for logging in, and we'll talk to you soon.